Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolfe.
Widespread cloud cover today has kept our temperatures a little bit on the cooler side, struggling to make it well into the 60s. We did briefly make it to 64 in Rockford. That cloud cover also accompanied with some light rain showers, the bulk of which now moving off to our north and our northeast, but a few very light sprinkles could still remain possible over the next couple of hours before our next wave of rain down to the south and west eventually lifts our direction. Cloud cover here in the short term still showing up very well with our Mercy Health SkyTrack camera out in Rochelle. An overcast sky and a little bit of drizzle earlier today, but looks pretty dry out there, at least at the moment. Temperature, as I mentioned, still sitting in the 60s for many of us. 64 now, the current temperature and the high temperature in Rockford. 60 in Dixon, 61 in Sterling and Rochelle, 59 though in DeKalb, 59 out in Poplar Grove. Our weather watcher Terry down in Genoa reporting 62 degrees for his current temperature, 47 the dew point, a southeasterly wind around 13 miles per hour at this present time. No measurable precipitation. A couple of those isolated showers still stick around over the next couple of hours, but as we head beyond that, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, we start see at least the potential for a little bit of clearing in that cloud cover, at least very briefly. That will quickly then be filled back in with some additional clouds and our next widespread rain chances. Those will arrive starting around midnight tonight and likely persist through the early part of tomorrow morning, with some pockets of steady, if not heavy rain embedded within. Could even see a few rumbles of thunder depending on the exact track of the low pressure system that will remain mostly down to our south and to our southeast. You see some of these spots showing up with the yellows and oranges where we have some of that steady to, if not heavy, rainfall that could be possible. Where we get some of those bands that set up, could see a few spots picking up pretty close to 3/4 of an inch of rain, if not a little bit more, but the bulk of that likely remains south and east of Rockford. Things become a bit more scattered as we head into the second half of tomorrow. The widespread rain continues to move off to the east. Still could be left with a few of those spotty showers that will likely persist then into the afternoon and into the evening. A couple of embedded rumbles of thunder also possible within that window. Most of the rain then clears out as we head into the evening and as we head into Friday, the next chance for a few of those spotty showers. For Thursday specifically, here's our rainfall totals. Highest confidence on those higher totals likely remain down to the south and southeast, where we could see some spots picking up 3/4 of an inch of rain, if not close to an inch of rain. Meanwhile, up to the north and west, higher confidence likely only getting close to 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/2 of an inch at the most, but it all depends on where the exact track of that surface low pressure is. If it lifts a little bit closer to us, could see some of those higher totals here locally. That next chance for a few scattered showers then continues into Friday with this next wave that will pivot into the region. We could see the potential for a few of those spotty showers then during the evening hours of Friday. Looking beyond that into the weekend and beyond, we'll get a little bit of a blocking pattern that sets up. Here's our low pressure system in the short term that will bring us some of the scattered showers tomorrow evening as well as going into Friday. But afterwards, we get this blocking pattern that sets up. A difference in between where this low pressure and high pressure ends up being likely will determine how warm we get for next week. But what it ends up meaning is likely many spots will remain dry through at least the majority of the early part of next week with that blocking pattern setting up, as well as increasing temperatures day after day. You see that reflected pretty well toward the second half of the 7-day forecast. In the short term, 62, 63, and 62 Thursday, Friday, into Saturday. A few scattered showers on Friday, but then things dry out as we head into the weekend. Note those increasing temperatures into the 70s and eventually close to 80 degrees by the end of that weekend.